In this lesson, I would like to show you how to build more on your lessons and also to create lessons in advance. So we're going to log into our system and land at our dashboard, and then we're going to go to the course that we want to build the lessons for. So on this one I'm going to use my practical or my practice classroom, and I click on that and it brings me into my class. So now this week is now basically completed. We're up to Friday. And so we are now going to move into next week. The week is still hidden from my students, and I want to keep it that way until we start school on Monday. So I just want to start building my classes. So now first of all, I need to do my class preparation. You have now prepared everything in your class, and I'm going to show you. I go to my folder where I have saved all my content. There it is. I've created my week 2 class 4 math lessons, and in there I have 2 folders because my lessons are on a Tuesday and on a Thursday with my class. Depending on, you might have lessons every single day, then you would have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You maybe have 3 days, or you maybe only have 1 day. And remember what I explained to you about ranking your or naming your files so that it makes it easy for you to find them. With weekdays, I always add a number before in order to order it in the days of the numbers, so in the days of the week, so that it's easy to see Tuesday, Thursday. And if you put Friday here, Friday will now rank before that, unless you put a 5, and then it will come below. So now we're going to have a look. I've got my lesson prepared in a Word document. You may use other methods to prepare your lessons, but I've done it in a Word document. So I will just open up Word. And there is my lesson. I've prepared week 2 lesson prep. I have Tuesday lesson counting in 2s. So we're going to be skip counting in 2s. And then Thursday lesson, we're going to be skip counting in 5s. And I've got a whole lot of things here. I want my children to read through the text. So we're going to work through textbook pages 3 and 4 in the lesson. There's a voice instruction that I will give. And there's a song that I would like them to learn. And there's my YouTube link. There's a class activity that I want to do. I've downloaded a file for that, and I will show you now. And then there's a complete homework task, which I've also got a file that I want them to do. I also have a fun activity for them to do, which is based at this link. And then I also, on Tuesday, I would like to have, because we're now with the coronavirus situation, I would like to have a live online class. So there, I have a join my, so I've set up a Google Hangout, whatever you use, Zoom or WebEx, it's not a problem, but you will get a link to go to that meeting, and I put that there. And the same for my Thursday lesson. So everything is nicely set out. I have everything available to me in this document. So I will keep this document open in the background, and I will go back to my course page. So now I want to start building onto this page here, and I'm going to start with Tuesday, obviously, because that's where we're going to start. So I go back up to the top, I turn my editing on, and I come down here, and I go add an activity or a resource. And I go back down all the way, and I select the page, add. Okay, and then I'm going to create a title, and it's basically Tuesday math lesson, or however you want to title it. And this one I'm going to say skip counting in 2s. Remember, we want them to see it, so we display that there. Now I'm going to add my page content. Now I want to fill in my content. I would like to just see all the buttons that are available to me, so I click on this little arrow down to show all the buttons. Okay, and remember, what I want to do is I want to create some space for me to be able to add additional items down the bottom. So I can either select various things here: paragraph, pre-formatted, heading large, medium or small, and I can add a paragraph. So I'm going to add a paragraph, but I want to add just some lines. So I'm going to add some lines, and what I like to do is I like to start by creating some headlines so that students can see exactly what's going on. So I'm going to go back to my content and I'm going to say, okay, I want them to read the textbook. So I'm going to put in a header, and we'll just do a medium header and see what that looks like. Text book. Okay. And then I skip a line and I come back to the next one, and I want to add a voice instruction. So I'm going to say voice instruction. And I can highlight that, and I can go there and I can say medium. We can also say small. That makes it smaller. I actually prefer the smaller one. It just looks a bit tidier. And then I come down again and I say the YouTube song. So we go counting in twos song video. I highlight that and I click small, and I come back down. So I've now run out of space, so I now add a few more links or spaces with my enter button. I come back and I say the class activity, complete the class activity. I highlight that again, small heading. I go to the next one. Complete the homework task. That we're going to set up again as a separate item, as an activity for the students to do. And then there's a fun activity. So fun activity, I want to go fun activity. That's just for them to have fun. Okay, click on that. Again, so I'm going to add some more spaces for myself. And now I want to have join the class. So I type in join online class. And again I go large header, small heading. So now I've got all my headers and I've got spaces in between so I can add content. So now I want to add my textbook information. So I can say, please read page 2 to 3 in textbook. And again, I like to just create some space between the headers, so I will push enter again, or you can do that, and just make sure that it's not as set as a header. So it's just okay. I can just to show you there, I made a mistake, so I can undo or redo by using these two buttons. Undo, redo. Okay. And to make it nice, I can do that, but as I said, I just do want to have some space between the two. Voice instruction, the same. I just want to have a bit of space there. And now I'm going to do a voice recording. So I click on this little button here to give some instruction. And this voice recording is to give you instruction on how to count in twos. Now I can stop the recording and I attach the recording, and there it goes into that portion. And now I have a counting in twos song video, which is in YouTube, and I have already downloaded or copied the link, and I just go and from my document, right click, copy, and from here right click, paste, and there it is. Remember, when we add links, we always want to say open in a new window. Although YouTube will automatically open in this page, I just want to make sure that we always do this. It's good governance to do this. So click on open window. Again, I just want to say, you click anywhere on your link, click on these little links, open in a new window, and create that link. Okay, so there we go. You can also just do that so that it indents it slightly. Complete the class activity. So is there an instruction here? So you just say, please print the file below and complete. They don't need to hand it out, it's just an exercise. So they don't need to hand it back into you. And then we need to upload that file. Now in my previous tutorial I showed you how to add some files in your private file repository. So now it's easy for me to go and find those files. Now I want to add that file, and I just say here activity download activity file. Remember, I have to give it a title, and I highlight that text, and now I go to my link and I click on links, and remember I want to open it in a new window. Always, that's the first thing you do when you create a URL or a link to another website or another document, is you say open in a new window. Now I browse my repositories, and I have various repositories, and I am going to select private files. Usually it will be on that one so that you can choose on your computer, and I can do that to go to my computer, and I can go to my Tuesday folder and I can select it from there. But I have now already uploaded it into my private files, and I can click on that, and it's for class 4 maths, and there are my files. And as I said to you earlier about titling, it's ranked by date, so I know, there is class activity, it's for that date. So I can select that file. I don't need to rename it or anything. Select the file, and there it is. It's dropped it in for me. Now I want to do the fun activity, and this is a link that goes to an external website, so I want to do that. There is a bit of an instruction here. Click on the link and do the online game. Skip count. Only do skip count 2. So I don't want them to do all the exercises because it has up to, I think, skip count 10. So I don't need them to do all of that. So I copy the instruction and I just paste it, or right click and paste. Okay. And there's the instruction. Click on the link, and you can just put that under your header if you want. Click on the link, skip count, only do, and you can, if you want to make sure that they see that, you can highlight the text and you can make it bold and you can underline that. Only do those. Okay, and now I want to come and I want to copy my website link. So I copy the website link, and all I need to do is paste it here. So right click and paste. Remember, we want to, because it was a bulleted item here, it will automatically pull the bullet in there. We can just delete that and add a bullet in here. Just unfortunately with internet spacing and that, it does cause a bit of a problem sometimes if you copy from Word. So it's best to just copy clean formatted text into your document. Remember, we want to make sure that this opens in a new page, so we click on the link, click there, open in a new link, and create that link. And there we go, that is on. And now we've also created an online class, and we want to say join the online class, and here is the link. And I'm going to show you how to do this later in your calendar. So I want to copy this link, and I'm going to paste it. Here we want to say join at 1200. And we just paste the link. Now I'm going to copy that again, and I want to create the link, so that, and I paste the link in there and open in a new folder, and there it's added the link for me. So now I've added all the content for my class. The last thing I want to say is complete the assignment, the homework assignment. And I want to make sure that they see that, so we bold it and underline it. Okay, and we're now ready to upload this content to the page. So I am now going to just double check everything, all my settings are right. It is hidden from students automatically. We don't have to worry about that. So there we go. So now we can save our course. And there it is, Tuesday Math Lesson. And I'm going to click on Tuesday Math Lesson, and all my content is there. I can check everything. Textbook, please read. Voices, and as you can see, it's nicely spaced and grouped so that everything is easy for the student to see. There's nothing cluttered or anything like that, and they are able to see everything they need. Okay. In order to go back to my lesson, I can just click on there on my course. So now remember, we need to add the homework activity. So now I want to add an activity, and remember I call it assignment or zadanie. Add And this is, I like to just make it bold, homework, assignment, counting in twos. And here are the instructions. Please download the file attached and complete by tomorrow. You will need to upload it to the system for me to review. Okay? And you can display this on the course page, but we don't need to because they can see what it is. Here we're going to click on the little blue button, the little blue arrow, and again in private files, I go to my class, and there is my homework activity. So I click on my homework activity, and I select this file, and there it is, ready to go. Now this activity is going to be made available next week on Tuesday, so I can click on that, and next week Tuesday is the 31st. So I click there, and what time do I want to make it available on the 31st? We can make it available at 12 o'clock at night, or I just go 1 o'clock in the morning, so that it's available by the time the students can log into the system, and they need to deliver this to us by the 1st of April. So Wednesday the 1st of April, and we can say to them that they need to deliver it to us by 9 o'clock in the morning. That's when we get back to school. Okay? And then I can remind myself to review this, and I'm going to do that also for the 1st of April. And I can just leave that at, we'll put that at 10 o'clock because it's after the cutoff time, so that it will remind me to go and review those. Okay. Submission types, we're going to just leave everything here except for file types. We're either going to put in Shift star, or we can choose all file types, save changes. Feedback types we're going to leave. Submission settings, here we're going to ask the students to require to click the submit button. Okay, the rest we will leave. Group submission settings we're not worried about. Notifications, you want to be notified? Yes, there is an email that will come to you. Grade, this grade we're going to just, let's call it, give it out of 10. And the pass grade is 4. Again, this is just for purposes of responding to the child and just giving them some feedback. Common module settings, it's hidden from students. Restrict access, we're not going to restrict. Activity completion tags and competencies, we're not going to worry about. So now we're going to save and return to the course. And there it is. What I do like to do, and what I want to show you, it's something that I haven't showed you before, but now I think you're ready, is I want to make this as part of one. As you see, is the hierarchy here, or the way that it is, they're on the same level. But this homework is part of this, the Tuesday math lesson. So all I want to do is I want to shift this along to the right. So I'm going to go Edit, and I'm going to go Move to the right. Okay, so that's that. So you can see it's moved along a little bit. The little picture is now part of the Tuesday. And now when I click on Turn Editing Off, you will see that it forms part of the Tuesday math lesson. Okay, we just want to make sure that everything is okay, and we always go back and we check everything. So there's my file, it's a PDF file, and we have one participant and everything. We've got 4 days for completion, and that's that. Okay, so now we're ready to upload the Thursday lesson. So just remember to try and keep your titles the same so that the students get used to it. So we're going to go Add Activity, we're going to go Page, Add, and we're going to go Thursday Math Lesson. And in this lesson we're going to learn counting in 5s. Okay, and we do want to display that. I'm now just speeding up the process so you can skip the process of adding this lesson if you fully understand it, but it will just be on a time lapse, so it will be quite quick until the next section. In the meantime, you can just quickly view what's happening and listen to the music. Thank you. Okay, there is our Thursday math lesson. All we now need to do is add the homework assignment for counting in fives. I'm not going to do that because you can just go back. It's exactly the same process as adding the homework assignment for counting in twos. You will now just do it for counting in fives. But before we log out, we just want to make sure that we have everything in our lesson. Textbook, pages 5 to 6. There's our video instruction. There's our counting in fives video song. Here is our activity file that we want to download. There is the fun activity, and if I click on that, you'll see it opens in a new folder. And there it is. Okay, and then there's the joining the online class and meet. Now just remember, before we end, you need to make sure that next week, when these courses or these classes need to be viewed by your students, that you need to make them visible. So on Tuesday morning, or even on Monday evening, you can just come into the system. And remember, your entire week is hidden from students. So we can just remember to add editing on. And we're going to go edit, and we're going to go show week. Now that is available, but everything else is still hidden because that was selected in our when we created them up by default. I'm going to go edit, and I want to show. And edit, I want to show. So that's that. I don't yet want to show Thursday because we're not there. So when the student logs in, they're going to see Tuesday's homework and lesson. Alright, that's all I want to add for this section. Thank you so much.